Hello, everyone, and welcome to July. I'm here to bring you your July general readings. I hope you're all having a great summer, and for those of you in the southern hemisphere, a great winter. We just rounded the solstice here, so we're going to bring it in through July. First off, I'm conducting a little bit of a giveaway. I love your guys' comments so much, and I want to keep encouraging the comments to stay alive and to stay inspired as we build this little YouTube channel and the community begins to grow. The number of views was down, which I'm actually quite happy for. That means a lot of people are actually out getting after it and out getting her done. So that's really good to see. But for those of you that are watching, your moon, your sun, and your ascendant signs, leave comments, inspired comments, and I may pick you to receive this Tarot of the Elves tarot just kind of at random. I want you guys to know that I read all of your comments and I try to respond to as many of them as I can. So as well, check the description box down below. There's some new ways to get in touch with me. I'm on Instabook and Facegram and Patreon now, so feel free to get in touch with me if you would like. Please remember that these readings are for entertainment purposes only. Without further ado, let's get into it. I hope you enjoy your readings. Hello, Leo. What is up? It is your turn for your July general readings. Thank you for joining me at this little YouTube channel at this particular moment in space and time. I hope you're all doing wonderful out there. I hope you're surrounded in comfort, bliss, joy, and abundance. If not, we're going to try and get you there, Leo. We're asking Tarot, what are the hidden messages for Leo for July 2017? We're asking to reveal any stuck energies, ask for any healing messages, and reveal any hidden messages that Leo needs to know about here in July 2017. Okay. Oh, there's a popper. Okay. Leo's in love. Leo, what's going on with your relationships right now? Are you feeling good about where you're at in terms of your partnerships? Is there somewhere that you would like, kind of almost like somewhere you'd rather be sometimes? When I see the Lovers come up, I kind of like feel the dynamics of relationships as it relates to the time, right? Solitarily, this card pertains to sort of togetherness, the sort of the soul bondage when you fall in love, when there's just that sort of that awe sense of like everything is just like feels so serene and very zen, very blissful when you have love in your life. So what is it you guys wanted to know about love? These general readings sometimes go into the areas of love, but Leo, for that card to pop out here, I feel some of you may be here with the query of like, where do I stand in a relationship? Where are things going? And please tell me about the other partner involved. There might be a lot of cross-watching going on for this reading. I'll try and keep that in mind as we go through. Okay, Leo? Looks like Tarot's just about ready to go. We'll see what's going on for you guys. If you check the description box down below, you'll find some ways to get in touch with me. I believe I mentioned that in the intro. So we're going to get right into it. We're going to get some cards out for you, Leo. See what's going on. See what's going down for you in July. All right. Thank you all. Please set your intention. The card at the bottom of the deck is the Eight of Wands. Okay, so this is the card of fast-moving energy. This card can be indicative of communication and of travel sometimes, but it's kind of like precaution from getting swept away, from getting like caught up in energy that has the tendency to sort of push you along or maybe move you too far past where you were like hoping to go. So with Eight of Wands energy, to see it up in the overall is more so positive. I think, Leo, you guys will be really like kind of acting forward, wanting to get things done, wanting to put a completion on things. And it's like people are going to be taking notice of your hard work and your desire to communicate your ideas or your intentions. Some of you may just be in like a supervisory or management position where you're having to sort of delegate and tell a lot of people where to be, where to go, what to do, that sort of thing. And if not, Eight of Wands could simply mean that there could be some travel coming up for you guys. July is a time where you kind of pack up the kids and go do something fun. Head out of your routine in terms of like taking a small vacation, right? And that sort of thing. And also with Eight of Wands, we have to make sure that we're kind of, when we're going about things passionately, that we're not blowing our budget. I know it's not a Pentacle card, but Eight of Wands, as it's kind of expressed in terms of its fast-moving energy, I just feel we have to watch for like any sort of impulse spending, impulse buying at this time when it comes to like the big ticket things. Some of you may just wanting to sort of be like jumping ahead very far in terms of capitalizing on your goals, but Eight of Wands is just saying we have to make sure we're not getting swept away, that we have some sort of security around us or something that grounds us, so to speak. All right, we'll leave that up there and relate back to it as the reading goes on. And speaking of grounding, oh my goodness, there it is, the Three of Swords. All right, so that Lover card was up. Were there some issues of trust and breakup, accusations of cheating, infidelity, things of that nature going on? Some of you just like maybe wanting to get away from somebody, right? This Eight of Wands could be indicative of you like wanting to move away from somebody if things have gone bad in a relationship. To see this Three of Swords up and grounding, the feeling I have is just like that of arguments, like some fighting, things being said, accusations being there, or people even getting caught red-handed in relationships, with somebody else of that nature. Some of you, because of Eight of Wands of here, you could have been caught online, right? You may be just like in a situation where you or your lover was like maybe being a little bit too promiscuous, interacting online for your partner's comfort, or maybe some secrets had been kept there, some kind of hidden agenda, or somebody was like trying to have their cake and eat it too, which is why a Three of Swords, right? Like, because when you kind of have like that traditional home wrecker come in and one partner gets involved with somebody and then they try and keep it a secret, like they don't want to leave the stability of their marriage or their partnership, but then they also want to go out and have fulfillment on another level with somebody else. Like, these are the kind of like things that are arising to the surface, and it's coming up and grounding. And my heart goes out to you, Leo, whatever your situation may be. You'll have to apply it as such. Like, it is going to require you guys to like kind of maybe close the door to your room, do some deep breathing at this time, and just make sure that like if anybody that you're talking to and pertaining to a bad situation with love, trust, and cheating goes on, you may just need to withdraw from this time until energies really settle down. It may be just too fresh to approach things with a clear mind at present time when it comes to like wanting to communicate or wanting to like hear I love you, I'm sorry, or get out of my life, for that matter, whatever it might be. Like, these things we may just want to be waiting. Like, when I sense the fast moving energy, it's like some of the accusations and the arguments and the things that are said could be coming so kind of fast and furious right now that it's kind of like there's no traction. Nobody's getting ahead with that kind of fighting. So my heart goes out to you here, Leo, with this Three of Swords. If you are in a triangulated relationship or a love situation, my words of wisdom, and I'm not always the wisest tarot reader, but that this kind of Three of Swords energy, I would tend to withdraw from it. I would like, and for you guys, like, being as like a fire sign and fired up as you are and as prominent you are, kind of like the master of your own domain, the master of your own life, this will be difficult for you. Some of you are just going to want to act and be reactive to a situation, calling a spade, and there's nothing wrong for that, and like kind of reacting to this situation the way you see it, right? If somebody done somebody wrong, then you want to do something about it, immediately. And this could involve, like, I see, like, people's possessions being, like, dumped out on the front lawn, or, like, somebody packing the kids up and just, like, going to grandma's house, and, like, it's kind of like some teary nights and some, like, arguments and things like that. So, oh, wow, look at that. Yeah, somebody is definitely, like, kind of moving on. They're wanting to, like, kind of get out of Dodge here with this tower. There's a real instability in your grounding sector, so in your day-to-day life. Some of you could be so upset by what has happened that you may even be like feeling a little bit physically ill, that you may need to return to health for something, or maybe go in and seek out somebody that can set your mind at ease if you're just feeling like just too disheveled or upset or discombobulated by all that's happened. And because when it's a matter of the heart, when it's a matter of like our emotions or our trust that has been, compromised. That's a big energy. That's a tough arrangement, a tough adjustment to pull yourself through and to pull yourself out of. Especially, Leo, because the feeling I have is like it's very tumultuous. You're wanting to be sort of reactive and put people in their place and tell it how it is. And I mean, that's all fine and good if that's where you're wanting to go. But it's just like these two cards up like this, it's like the bridge is on fire and it's about to crumble. So, anything that you have left to say to somebody like you with a clear head, you may just want to withdraw and then put it all together, when you're not like super teared up or you're not like super angry or something of that nature, okay? These are some heavy cards in grounding, which gives me an indication that some of you are really struggling with relationships at this time, summer relationships, and unfortunately infidelity and triangulated relationships. All right, because look, up in sacral energy, we have Nine of Cups reversed, right? So it's like somebody feels sort of their dreams falling through, so to speak, or that what they thought was permanent and solid is no longer. It's kind of like been left out to sea or been like floating on a breeze now because it's like the world has been turned upside down. Time is almost like stopped for some of you that are going through this situation. You're kind of like beside yourself. You're like, I can't believe they would do that to me. Or you might just be like, I can't believe that, so-and-so overreacted to my just being me, right? Whatever side of this Three of Swords that you are on, Leo, right? If you're the one that's been hurt, if you're the one that's been sort of, things have gone on behind your back, with this Nine of Cups here, it's kind of like you are going to need to go through some healing processes. You are going to need to take the time just to, like, if you have to cut people out of your life to go in and do it, other than your good friends, to seek counseling, seek healing energies, healing advice, you have to do it. If you're the one that's come in between two people, Leo, and everything's boiled to the surface, again, I would say like you almost need to withdraw. Like there's nothing settled, there's nothing stable right now here. Like somebody like tried to go for the extra mile, but everything got turned on its head. Like this energy was karmically brought to an end because something was going on here was not quite right, okay? And if you're the one that is like kind of found somebody new and you're the one like kind of wanting your cake and eating it too and you got caught, it's kind of like this is a call to saying you're going to have to face your music. Whatever you've been working towards for the longest while is now at risk of like falling through your fingertips, and you may be finding yourself starting anew in a lot of areas, in a lot of processes. Like this is almost a feeling I have of like the old like sort of the dog eat dog, where it's like somebody like was trying to be sly, was trying to be a player, and then they got caught. But then both sides, because it was so secretive and manipulative, because it was like this person that was the third that was doing the lying and the cheating, they end up with nothing. No one is even like gonna like want to be around that person anymore with this energy. It may not be exact, but like that's the feeling I have for most of you. With Nine of Cups in sacral here, with these cards that have come up, it's just kind of like somebody has got their just desserts and another person is going into some healing now, into realizing like things did not manifest like on track with where they were because of somebody's behaviors, right? So it's very tough energy, Leo, I have to say, with Nine of Cups reversed. Go within, maybe paint some pictures, do some drawing, do some writing, write your feelings down. You want to be careful not to fall into any sort of like substance, like kind of like drinking the problem into a blackout, or like carrying on so much with like chronically with maybe wine or beer every day just to suppress the anger or the disappointment that you have in somebody. There is a risk of that too. So I would just want to say with Nine of Cups, the quicker your healing can come about a lot quicker if you don't try to subdue it with substance. I don't think you guys are in denial of it, but there may just be this portion where you're not just quite ready to face the seriousness of it now. So there's been like because this all seems very fresh, very new. Okay, let's move up. Solar plexus. And we've got the moon. So, you've seen, Leo, you've seen clearly through something, through somebody, through somebody's lies, through somebody's trickery. You've actually been able to sort of like have a very clear, objective understanding now of somebody's motives and somebody's intentions and of the general situation around you. The feeling is that like somebody had been pulling the wool over your eyes, so to speak, over the last little while. Like that's coming to an end. Intuitively, you knew something wasn't right. And this is probably why this is all surfacing now, because the moon is a major arcana. It's a major energy. Something led you to intuitively believe like that, something was lost in a relationship. Something had been gone. They're like, your kind of like trust triggers or your comfort triggers had been flipped so that you were like now very suspicious, very suspect. But you were kind of seeing the picture clearly because behaviors could have changed, and things that were sort of very linear and solid in your life did not seem so anymore, right? To have the moon in reversal in the solar plexus, it means that your intuition is on point. You've connected into sort of your lower Tao. You've got that feeling, that innate intuitive feeling, like something just wasn't right, right? Or it doesn't have to be everybody following this sort of like this triangulated treachery and ruin of this, but like in a general reading, that's where these cards are going. But Leo, this card up here means you guys are going to be on your game when it comes to seeing things for what they really are. Nobody's going to be doing any more lying to you. Nobody's going to be doing any more like, this person doesn't know any better, so I'm just going to, put one over on them anymore. That time is drawing to a close, Leo. You are really analytically looking at things without any disillusionment, without any sort of emotional bias or any like gray areas. Things will seem very much black and white for you as we move through July. Okay, let's move up to the heart. This is a touchy reading so far, Leo, and we had that Lovers pop out, so definitely. And now Three of Swords. It's like we had to go there, I believe, for a select few of people, just like my readings sometimes do that, right? But let's have a look in heart, Leo. And for all you that are watching that so far this energy hasn't been resonating with, just kind of keep to it, knowing that like caution is needed in travel and communication right now, but you shouldn't have a problem with it because intuitively there shouldn't be too many gray areas coming up for you, okay? I just want to capstone that because not everybody is dealing with Three of Swords energy. It's a very, like, some of you are flat out moving as well. But yeah, okay, let's see what's up in the heart. Oh, my goodness. We've got 15, the dirty major, the devil here. So yes, somebody may not even have been cheated on with another person. This just may be a partner who could be like very abusive, or someone that has like not being able to get out of a relationship or not be able to move on or open up their heart chakra due to some sort of like manipulation that, or I mentioned soul bondage, which is like, that phrase is not as heavy. Like, don't like get caught up in feeling like a heaven and hell thing, or like the devil like being real. When we look at the devil in tarot, we have to see it as the things, the proverbial vices that hold us back from expansion. The devil is the opposite of expansion. It's contraction, it's density, it's stuck, it's like kind of rusted over, not really free to move, right? So behavioral patterns can lead to this showing up in the heart chakra energy. And it may not be your behavior. It may be the behavior of someone that you're dealing with that, has tricked you, maybe has pulled the wool over your eyes for a certain amount of time. Or you may just be like, oh, well, my husband or wife, they watch a little bit of pornography, from time to time, and I'm okay with it. But, from time to time started turning into like 2 or 3 nights a week. And then, maybe a couple more nights a week, there was like some heavy drinking going on. And, they were going out with their friends. But soon you find out like kind of lipstick on the collar kind of thing. And you might just be like super fed up with that. This is hard hitting, heavy energy like so far in these cards, Leo. My heart goes out for you. If you are watching this for a Leo to get some more understanding, or perhaps to just check in with where your partner is at, you want to have some really clear and concise communication with this person so that, misunderstandings, miscommunications do not get blown out of proportion here. Okay. Because clearly what we're seeing here is somebody that is very unhappy with the way things have turned out due to behavior patterns, maybe from themselves, but probably from the hands of other people, which is a hard situation to be in, because when you, like, unless you're like a true like hermit and single, when you want to love, you want to put your heart out there, everybody wants like that beautiful like twin flame long-term soul relationship. But when one of the parties takes advantage of it, or when one of them is like kind of like holds all the cards or is calling all the steps, right, then that's what we're going through. I'm going to read this like a story for you, Leo, okay? Just because tarot's given me a lot of cards that have popped out with, okay? For some of you, if you're dealing with an earth sign at this time, Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus, it's very possible that this is another person in this involvement, all right? We've got, lack of trust with this person, right? For some of you, it's an air sign. For some of you, this is somebody that's been straight up just been lying to you and manipulating you into believing something that absolutely was not true. King of Swords reverse is just kind of like, oh yeah, that's tough. And Knight of Pentacles with the Six of Pentacles reverse, shared resources could have been affected. You could be common law with this person, or straight up married to them to the point where there were like shared bank accounts and things now that are gonna, like, you just don't trust this person again. Is like things are very out of balance. But it's kind of like the slower moving energies. If you've got this situation, somebody's been dipping into your funds to take care of their vices or their addictions, my advice to you is get to the bank, shut it all down, when you can. Okay? Ace of Wands. So this is like happening of a sexual nature. Somebody could be like just straight up like inspired and in love by somebody at this time, right? And like the past is, they're not even looking to the past or to the present, right? But Six of Wands here, victorious, right? Victory. So it's good to know that you guys will hold your head above. You will be chin up through this entire situation, no matter how the cookie crumbles, no matter how it all plays down, all right? Now, this is all clarifying story from the tarot as to why the number 15 was up there in the heart. So let's look at it again, right? We've got a couple wands up here indicating that somebody just like kind of thought that they were the bee's knees and like just kind of were doing what they wanted, right? And here as well, we have a situation where people are affected by money in this situation too. And for some of you, it's an air sign. For some of you, an earth sign. But more so, there was like this lack of trust that had occurred, okay? So I'm just going to move on because, this is like every like tarot readers, like for me, some of them handle it very well because they get off on telling you that your ex is leaving or coming back or that your partner's been unfaithful. I really don't like it. I just wish people would like come clean, like always have like 20/20 vision. I know it doesn't work that way, but it's heartbreaking for me when these cards reveal themselves in these ways. So that like there's like some bad news or there's like major life adjustment that goes on when it comes to issues of the heart, matters of love, matters of understanding. Like why did this person do this to me? Why was I so hurt? There is selfishness involved here. There is narcissism that's involved here because it's a blindness that somebody has because they can't see through their own selfishness, their own instant gratification, as it were. And I'm really sorry, Leo. It's really tough to see this, right? Communication, Five of Swords, right? Ouch. All right. So if you're on the outs, I would say now is not a good time to communicate. We have to let cooler heads prevail, especially if there's children and money involved between you and a husband or a lover or a wife or them's or their partner, that, you have a lot of shared resources and a lot of things going on that you would work towards before any of this gets sorted out through communication, like like I said, laundry on the front lawn and like cars being keyed up and like tires being slashed, right? It's you have to kind of withdraw. You kind of have to say, well, maybe somebody did make an enemy out of you, or maybe now you have a couple new enemies that you would have never thought in your million years, like a couple weeks ago, that they would have turned out to be your enemy. But before we go and try and slash and cut them down, the Five of Swords is saying, communicatively wise, all that can come right now is more hurt until the situation calms down. We don't want to, like I said, the bridge is kind of on fire. There's some opportunities to communicate, but right now I feel like communication is just adding more fuel to the fire, right? If you are making a clean break from somebody, if you are like leaving a situation behind, it's for the best. And with Five of Swords up in communication, what I want to say, what I want to mention is that if this is you, that you're feeling like somebody has cheated on you and you're ready to move on, there can be no mediocrity about that. Like, let your no be no. Like, if you're gonna walk away, you're gonna tell this person that what they've done to you is unacceptable. Don't make it unacceptable so like 2 weeks later it's like, oh, I'm kind of over it again, right? Or, oh, I would consider taking you back, if this, that, and the other thing, right? Five of Swords is kind of like more definitive information. You've got like, you're tired of the bullshit. You've made the revelation is clear to you now as to what's gone on. So it's like you need to be firm and definitive in anything that you're speaking, which is why I'm just urging you to take the time to do that sort of thing. Okay? Oh my goodness. Now we've got Eight of Swords. Leo, my heart goes out to you. Absolutely. You watch me shuffle. You watch me like have a look at these cards, and it's almost like now we're like, the feeling is that of one of being trapped. But don't worry, I want you guys to know like that time is going to soothe this. Time is going to make sure that you guys are able to come through this. You guys are going to be able to come out of this. But like I said, if you guys are like being very reactive to partners or to people that hurt you right now, not much can get solved, because Eight of Swords is like, normally they say, well, you're trapped in your own mind, or this is a self-imposed victim mentality. But I tend to stray away from that, because if a certain injustice or a certain wrong has occurred to you by two people screwing around on you, this here is kind of like the natural healing process, because this is up in third eye now, right? This is you needing to be able to see through it. And you've got it here in the moon, in your intuitive sense. So we have to allow it to prevail. We can't allow these swords to like turn into like even like Nine of Swords type energy, where we're trapped thinking about the coulda, woulda, shouldas, or the if, ands, or maybes, right? We have to kind of say to ourselves, Leo, this is what's happened. This is the way it is. And these are the steps I need to take now so that I don't feel this shitty anymore. So I don't feel, like somebody has dominion over my life, or somebody has power to make me feel this way. And these are the steps. But first, you guys are like I'm feeling like this is fresh. These cards have come up hard effing core, Leo. This stuff is fresh. This stuff is, tough, restrictive type energies. It feels like someone is tightening a belt around my chest as I do this reading, because it's like, oh my goodness, something has gone on that's headstrong, right? And again, there's like that overtone of like narcissism going on, where it's like, it's all about me. It's all about like not being able to take other people's feelings into consideration, not being able to see the innocence or, the good nature of another person, because the instant gratification thing, I want what I want and I want it now, like kind of thing, right? And I don't care who it hurts along the way. I don't care who has to fall over, or like, and it's just terrible that you have to be caught up in, Leo, in this. And I'm going to be interested to see if there's crossover with any of the other signs, being as the cards have been like this tough on you. So yeah, here we go, Nine of Pentacles. Some of you, look at, is the ladies kind of wearing even the same outfit. There's a process of healing, spiritual healing, that these two cards, when they show up like this, tell. We have Eight of Swords, which is very mental, cyclical, tough, trying to figure it out energy, but you think it to death and trying to analyze it and pick apart. Whether this Nine of Pentacles is like, maybe we're better off. Maybe we have given it too much energy. Maybe we've been too closely bound or tied, right, to that situation, to that particular person. And it is a blessing in disguise that, the cookie crumbled how it did, or that so-and-so got caught, or like it kind of all blew out of the water, because Nine of Pentacles is kind of like a reassuring thing, like you're going to be okay. Whether or not you lost a lover, you may have gained a lot of your independence, and you've been reminded of your position in the world and how promising and how optimistic that can be. And you could even be receiving a message about that at present time. I love this card because she looks as like she's looking at that bird with that sort of that fifth dimensional awareness, or with that third eye open, that, you know, they are one, and you know, one is each other, right? And that kind of thing. So even though you may be embracing some singularity at this time, it is for the better. And that's what those cards tell me, or let me know right there. Okay? Wow, Leo, this is tough. This is really tough. And I, you know, as a general reading, I try and connect with as many viewers as possible and have it resonate. In this case scenario, I really hope that this particular reading is just enough for like maybe 1 or 3 people, that points them in the right direction. And you know, if it hasn't resonated with you, Leo, sometimes it's not you know, every reading every month is just going to like hit 100% home. Do check your moon and your ascendant signs, because you may find that there's more pertinent messages you can glean from those, because the energy that was up for some of the people in your fellow sign has been quite difficult. And maybe you know, be a little bit thankful to the universe that this isn't you at present time, you know. And if it is you, make sure that you have support and resources around you. Don't ever think that you have to go through it truly alone. There's always like a phone you can pick up, or somebody that you can talk to keep you from like kind of going on that downward spiral or feeling really upset with everything. Even the most disturbing, depressing occurrences in our life, they're all for the purpose of expansion, empowering you. It may not seem like that in the moment, but as you move forward and as hindsight becomes 2020 with this here, you're going to understand. You're going to realize, like, oh my God, like I can't believe that particular energy or person had held me down, or had held me, you know, from being in expansion for so long, okay? In from Source, Two of Wands. What a good card to end on. These are your powerhouses here, guy. This moon reversed. I don't know why I said guy. I meant to say Leo. So this might be a gentleman that's watching this that really needs, you know, a big hug or big ups. The moon reverse and this Two of Wands card are your powerhouses here. You have that choice to make it definitive, to move on, or to at least take your power back, and to at least say to yourself, like, nobody's gonna F with me anymore. Nobody's gonna be fooling around or like making me part of their game anymore, right? The Two of Wands is very much like you kind of gathering your wisdom and your resources in to like create something new, and to make that that discerning, definitive motion that, you know, if I have to leave somebody in the dust, if someone is clinging to me, if someone like maybe screwed you over, now they're begging you not to leave. Two of Wands is kind of like saying, keep your chin up. I can't tell you what to do, but I think intuitively over the next couple of weeks, once you've gathered your thoughts and feelings, and take some time to do this. Like I said, when these hot situations are fresh like this, nothing good happens. You all have to let it kind of flow. Let the energy, the fast-moving, sweeping away type energy pass you by, and then you get into your manifesting, your decision-making time. Because right now, like quick, abrupt, passionate decisions would not serve you well. But Two of Wands is saying, now, gather, like, take note of how you're feeling, take note of what you're thinking, take note about any future visioning that you might have for good or ill based on your decision. And then, you know, maybe in a couple weeks time, or even quicker for you, Leo, because you are a very regenerative type sign, a very strong sign, maybe within a couple days of all of this going down, you can take a deep breath and you can say, okay, sit down, I want to talk to you. These are the decisions I've made based on what has happened, and this is my life. This is how I'm going about it. And you know, you take your power. The Two of Wands is very much like being aware, taking your power back and using it. to direct your own life away from situations where you are just kind of like maybe been carried away by a stream or forces or powers or people where it was like at one point beyond your control or your ability to sort of fight the current or constantly swim against the current. And now you're just saying, well, now I'm at the banks. Now I'm just making the decision not to let this bullshit affect me anymore, okay? And that's, you're going to kind of be calling it out like that with the Five of Swords and communication. You're going to call somebody for what they actually are and what they actually done. It's like you're not even going to like kind of sugarcoat it. Okay, tough tarot. I had a card flipped up in here and I don't know what these oracle cards, oh, there it is. I'm just gonna, it wasn't my intention and I had only just picked them up, so I think it might have been in there backwards. But we're gonna ask for a capstone oracle, wisdom of the oracle for Leo, okay? Oh, look at this card. Interesting. You've got card number 31, why? Question mark. You see that? Why, right? Why, when we ask the question why, usually you'll come with another statement, right? And then you ask why again, and usually it breaks down to like, the overall, so that you can be happy. That's the reason why, so that, we can be in that position of expansion, right? So there's something that, she doesn't know yet there. She's got a question mark that's behind her. She's maybe searching for an answer to like, well, maybe karmically it didn't feel like any of this that's gone on has been deserved. But so there's that part of you, Leo, that really wants to know, like, maybe on an esoteric or a spiritual level, like, why the F does this happen to me? I'm nice. Like, I do a good job. I'm compassionate. I take care, I'm responsible, I'm compassionate, I'm all these things. So why do nice guys finish last? Or why do I get dumped on like this? Or why do I meet that, Rico Suave that's, all hugs and kisses, but at the same time, whose boots have or whose bed have their boots been under kind of thing, right? It's tough. Okay, so I'm going to read this card for you guys. Motives driving intention, the power of knowing the why. There is great power in understanding your motives right now. The oracle asks you to be very clear about why you're asking this question, looking for this answer, behaving in this way, and most importantly, making this choice. Knowing your why is the key to fulfillment. When you are clear about it, your intention will then be a magnet for miracles. Motives define the nature of your experience. When you think about something, feel it, and then act on it. This invisible why is the life force energy within the seed, which brings it to life and holds the potential for growth. We don't always know why we engage in our relationships in the way we do, mostly because our feelings aren't always logical. Now is the time to recognize whether you are being triggered by someone else or your behavior is motivated by unresolved issues in the past. When you ask yourself, why am I feeling like this and why did I say that, and spend some time in introspection, the answers may be surprising. Listen to the message from your intuition, from knowing deep within you. What does it tell you about yourself and others? In the end, life is all about being loved. Miracles and a deep understanding of your needs and how to get them met are the buried treasures of the question why. Uncover them by posing the most powerful question you can ask yourself and your partner today. This WHY. Why, right? And some of you will essentially like bring that word to the table, to conversation. I just want to make sure that you guys understand that if you are in a relationship and you don't have like any maybe physical proof or evidence of your partner's infidelity, but you're very suspect at this time, we want to make sure we know why we're being suspect. Is it because we're on the precipice of receiving proof, or is it because maybe we've been cheated on in the past and we're just kind of maybe assuming too much at this time, right, Leo? So we want to be very careful, and that's why I say you don't want to like kind of bring this situation to like a quick head, like a match head, like confrontations and accusations and those kind of things. Maybe just take a few days and like kind of air it out and make sure you know why you're feeling this lack of trust, and are able to have this conversation. So it's not more so like you're cheating on me, or I just know you're cheating on me. Where it could be like, why do you stay out till 1 a.m.? Why can't you make time for me? Why are things different than they were 6 months ago? That kind of thing. Okay, I feel that's a very important message for somebody listening as well. Leo, this has been tough cards. This has been a rough go. So know that I love you all. We'll see you all for your mid-July readings, and I do hope things improve. I wish you all the health and success in moving through this as you do. Okay, Leo. Ta-ta for now.